In today's MLS moment, we'll be discussing the opt-out internet listing. Let's start with some background and facts related to the opt-out internet listing. NAR introduced a new active listing option called the delayed marketing exempt listing. To avoid confusion with our current exempt listing, this new listing option will be known within HiCentral MLS as the opt-out internet listing. The goal of this new listing option is to provide seller more control in determining where and when an active listing is advertised. Good news, however, HiCentral MLS had in place existing capabilities to satisfy this new listing option requirement, so there will be minimum change in its execution. And finally, full adoption and compliance of this new listing option will be in effect as of February 1st, 2026. What is an opt-out internet listing? It's a new NAR option that allows the seller to delay marketing through IDX and syndication, and if delayed, requires listing agents to obtain a signed seller disclosure stating that the seller is making an informed choice and consents to waiving the benefits of immediate public marketing through IDX and syndication, while also authorizing their agent to advertise their property elsewhere, including online, should they choose to do so. So let's break this down in the next slides. There are three components to the opt-out internet listing, and we're going to take a look at the first two. The first is sellers have the option to opt out or delay the timing of marketing their listing to public websites. Good news, this capability already existed as part of our listing visibility option. The second component is a new form that seller must sign if they decide to opt out or delay marketing, and this is the only new component for this listing option. In the next slide, let's see what inputting and managing your listing looks like. All right, so we're here in input on the listing visibility page. And the first question on this page is and has been, allow this listing to be displayed outside of the MLS across the internet. And the options are yes or no with the following outcomes. First, seller could choose to market to outside websites for the entirety of the listing by choosing yes. Next, seller could choose not to market to outside websites for the entirety of the listing by choosing no. Or what opt-out aims to achieve is seller chooses to opt out or delay marketing the listing at the onset by choosing no, and at a later point decides to market to outside websites by then choosing yes. Whenever seller chooses no, then the opt-out form will need to be signed by seller, and there's a reminder of that requirement here. Here's a preview of the opt-out internet listing seller certification form that can be found in Zip Forms and the Matrix Links menu. The purpose of this form is to ensure that seller fully understands their decision to delay the marketing to outside websites by the MLS. A quick footnote is there was originally a different name to this form, so if you happen to come across this version, know that you can use this form in the interim. So the third and final component of opt-out internet listing is sellers can authorize their agent to advertise a listing elsewhere should they choose to do so. And again, this capability already existed within our MLS. Let's explain component number 3 a bit further. If seller authorizes agent to advertise elsewhere, agents can advertise the listing online, including their own company website, social media, etc. And they can do this in two ways. Agent can manage and facilitate this advertising on their own, or HiCentral MLS can provide a broker's own data feed. We realize that we've covered a lot of information and that this subject matter may require more than just watching a video. So we'll be having a couple training sessions called Demystifying the Opt-out Internet Listing on the following dates. You can register by scanning the QR code or by going to the MLS dashboard under the Training Schedule section.